Cool, so what I thought I'd do today is move from Wycombe to Lee on Solent. As a straight line, there's not much airspace in the way, just really podiums, mats, but what I thought to do is go down the Heathrow, little known sort of Heathrow Transit, if we can do VFR, which is mainly used by helicopters, but it's also available to general aviation as well, and it's just another way of actually getting through sort of quite congested London airspace. So looking at the map here, we're going to take off from Wycombe, we're taking off in 06, so it's an easterly direction, and we'll level off at 1200 feet. And then after that, we'll speak to Heathrow 125.625, and we'll ask for a Burnham Ascot Thorpe to exit at the M25. So it goes within their CTR, keeps outside their inner CTR, which they won't allow you in as a fixed wing aircraft. And it's just a nice little shortcut that you can take through the Heathrow zone if you wanted to sort of transition that direction. And after that, we're just going to go out and head in the southwesterly direction towards Lee on Solent. So all we're doing now is we're sat at the hold, and we're just waiting for the engines to warm up. We need a minimum of 51% for it to be in the green to do the power check, and the gearbox is just recommended that it gets to 38 degrees. That's the ones in the top centre. We're allowed to put up to 50% load on the engines to warm them up, but just a bit of mechanical sympathy, I'm not a big fan of doing that, so 20% will quite happily do it, and that gets them warm. On the daylight today, we're in sort of 5 to 10 minutes. Got 50 gallons of fuel on board, so yeah, roughly speaking, just under 4 hours of endurance. And yeah, the flight plan route is already set in, so use the flight stream. So this is what it actually looks like on the Garmin screen itself. All the way down to Lee on Solent, which what it can do is actually put us in the airfield elevation, so it does give it a bit of vertical guidance if we want. So right next door to the sea, as you'd expect, quite low level, 32 feet. And that just sort of completes the perf in it. We can do 06 for Wycombe, and it's northerly wind, so we expect 05 at Lee on Solent as well. And that's just deleted the elevation, so I'll pop that back in. 32 feet, 1200 feet initially for the Heathrow Transit, and then after that we'll probably climb up, just remain outside controlled airspace initially from Farnborough, so 2,200, 2,300 feet, and we might think about edging it a little bit higher after that. There you go, so the engines have reached their parameters there to do the power check, so just a quick sweep inside to make sure everything looks normal. Most importantly, the alternate air is closed and the cross feeds are closed there as well, otherwise we could potentially damage the fuel pumps. So the actual test on this aircraft is fairly simple. We've got rotor switches here, which are basically one ECU per, 2 ECUs per engine, I'm going to swap them over. So A, which is running on, B, and we get a FUD, which switches over, same on engine 2, A, and we're expecting a FUD there. All looking normal, and then all we do is hold the ECU test and it will cycle itself on each ECU once. So pushing that now, get an ECU A and B fail on both sides. Up to roughly just below 50% load, and the props will cycle. We'll go back down, switching ECU because you can feel the FUD there. Exactly the same again. And as I go back to normal, the ECU faults will disappear, release the rotor switches, and that's the power check complete. So basically, pre-takeoffs in this aircraft fairly simple. Landing goes on, so we do a flow going from top to bottom, left to right. Landing goes on, all ECU switches normal, main auto, alternators are both on. Pitot heat we don't actually need today for this flight, so we're going to leave. Fuel pumps 1, fuel pumps 2 can come on, flaps are set to approach. Emergency gear is stowed and the alternate air is off. Parking brake can come off. Cross feeds are normal, trim is all set. Auxiliary pumps are for the alternate fuel are off and full and free on the controls, and we'll come ready for departure. November 42 Lima Romeo, Alpha 1 ready for departure.
November 42 Lima Romeo. Nothing affect your backtrack of 06 hard?
Copied, entering backtracking runway 06 hard, November 42 Lima Romeo. So good luck on final, all clear there. And as we're going on to an active runway, we can do a little bit more of a speedy backtrack. So setting off into busy airspace, we're not going to have a lot of time to get ourselves sorted once we take off, so get your next frequency plugged in, which is Heathrow 125.625, and just be sort of quite familiar with the route that you're going to request. Coming out of Wycombe, we'll do a bit of a left turn for noise abatement, and then we'll sort of leave the circuit to the east once we get clear of the noise sensitive areas.
Hotel Whiskey departing to the north, changing price radar 124.275.
Hotel Whiskey, roger. And Lima Romeo, see on the turnaround, it's light and variable, the wind.
Copied, rolling 06, 40 Lima Romeo. Right, holding on the brakes, increasing the power to 100%, looking inside, loads at 100, props at 2,300, fuel flow all looks normal, and release.
Charlie Romeo, roger.
Acceleration feels good, airspeed's alive, all looks normal inside. And rotate there. So dabbing on the brakes, gear comes up, climbing up to 90, clear on the left, and we'll start our left joint for noise abatement. Fuel damper can come on, and 90 knots of tube flaps can come up. Just retrimming is appropriate.
Golf Charlie Foxtrot, the wind is light and variable.
This aircraft uses a lot of runway, but once it gets airborne it does climb fairly well. So that's approaching 1,200 feet there, so I'll slowly lower the nose. And I'll pull the power back a little bit earlier than normal because we're not going too quick in this direction. About 70% will probably do. Just a bit of a retrim. Alright, clear on the right, we'll do a right turn and we'll get hold of Heathrow. 42 Lima Romeo, changing en route to Heathrow 125.625, good day.
Good day mate, have a good trip, bye.
Cheers. Heathrow Radar, good morning, November 42 Lima Romeo, request zone transit. I'll pull the power back a little bit further there, so let's go for 50 just as we're holding outside the zone. Heathrow Radar, good morning, November 42 Lima Romeo.
November 42 Lima Romeo, Heathrow, good morning, pass your message.
November 42 Lima Romeo is a DA42 from Wycombe to Leon Solent. We're just east of Wycombe, 1,200 feet on 1011. Requesting turn transit, routing Burnham, Ascot, Thorpe, M25 to exit.
November 42 Lima Romeo, Squawk 7040, it's a basic service, the London QNH 1010.
7040, basic service, 1010 for the London, November 42 Lima Romeo. It's a busy bit of airspace here, so we're just keeping our eyes outside.
Traffic, 1 o'clock, high, less than 1 mile.
Clear that one.
Dark 91, radar, Dark 1 Charlie, hello, climbing 3,000 feet.
Flight 1 Charlie, Thames radar, hello, fly heading 0.
What I'll do is I'll just go to the western side of Heathrow and clear that traffic.
Dark 1 Charlie.
Until he clears us in. Cleaning of the aircraft, landing light comes off, fuel pumps 1, fuel pumps 2 can come off, flaps up and normal, everything else is set.
November 42 Lima Romeo, you cleared Burnham, Ascot, Thorpe, and then down the M25 VFR, not above altitude 1,200 feet.
Cleared Burnham, Ascot, Thorpe, M25, not above altitude 1,200 feet VFR, November 42 Lima Romeo.
Dark Knight 1 Charlie, climb now to altitude 4.
There you go, happy days, he's cleared us in. So we can give ourselves a nice little direct zoom on the GPS. Autopilots can go on with, we're looking for nav and altitude as well.
Dark Knight 1 Charlie, contact London 134.125, bye-bye.
134.125, Dark 1
Let yours Charlie do all the hard work.
Heathrow Radar, good morning, Golf Foxtrot Bravo, Whiskey Hotel.
What we can do, now we're cleared into the zone, increase the power a little bit, get a bit of wiggle on, so go for about 75%.
28, 1 POV, en route VFR, Oxford to Fair Oaks via Compton and Woodley, currently overhead Reading at 1,800 feet on QNH 1010, requesting transit your zone via Woodley to Fair Oaks, please, basic service, Golf Whiskey Hotel.
Golf Whiskey Hotel, Squawk 7041, it's a basic service, the London QNH 1010.
Squawking 7041 for basic service on QNH 1010, thank you very much, sir, Golf Foxtrot Bravo, Whiskey Hotel.
November 42 Lima Romeo, you've entered controlled airspace, radar control service.
Radar control, 42 Lima Romeo.
London radar, Dark 1 Charlie, hello.
So inside the zone now, there's not much traffic about inside the zone, so we can relax a little bit.
Contact London 134.125.
London on 134.125, Dark 1 Charlie.
Heathrow, good morning, Ascot 1231 on handover, talking 7030, and my CAD number for winter barracks is 1690.
Ascot 1231, Heathrow, thank you. Score kind ent the London QNH.
So approaching Burnham here, which is actually an old NDB for the Heathrow, which I don't pretty much doubt they use anymore. So it's just east of Maidenhead. You've got the big giveaway, which is a lake on the nose, which is a very wet lake near Windsor. Once we get to there, we'll make a slight turn to the right, heading towards the west, and that'll take us down towards Ascot.
Actually, turn to control airspace, direct Fair Oaks, not above altitude 1,500 feet, Golf Foxtrot Bravo, Whiskey Hotel.
Expecting the aircraft to turn, which it does, slight right turn, or follow with a heading bug just in case it tries anything too crazy. Off the right wingtip, so to the west of the aircraft, we've got Wycombe, quite busy GA Airfield. So the next thing we're looking for is Ascot Racecourse, and you can actually see it bang on the nose. Quite clearly, the big giveaway is the actual grandstand, which is on the south of the racecourse, which reflects the sun quite well. So going from this lake to that grandstand, I want to go overhead the racecourse so we don't actually go into London. It's in a CTR. And from there we'll take a turn to the southeast, going over Virginia Water to hit Thorpe, which is known for Thorpe Park. Load of roller coasters, quite easy to spot, and then we'll follow the M25 out. So yeah, have a look on the left hand side of the aircraft now. You've actually got Heathrow. So in the grand scheme of things, having a quick look on ForeFlight, we are 8 miles from Heathrow, which is pretty cool to be in the GA aircraft. What a nice, it was a busy day on easterly wind 09. You go, you get a really good view of the jets that you're flying beneath. So it's not bad, taking a long way around in a DA42 from Wycombe to Lee on Solent. Only takes 20 minutes, which is pretty incredible when you think if you could do it in a car, you'd be easily an hour and 40 to sort of 2 hours.
Ascot 1231.
So coming just right under the nose, that's Ascot itself. You can see the big racecourse, and you've got the grandstand just on the right hand side of that. Big heliport here when it's the actual racing season's on, when it's out of COVID, which is on the left, and that's seriously busy. You'll get sort of 80, 90 helicopters parked up on the ground there. A little bit of carnage, but pretty good fun. So from here we're expecting a left turn, which the aircraft is going to do. Pointing is in a sort of southeasterly heading. Take us just south of Virginia Water to the intersection on the motorway where Thorpe is. So we've got a bit of time, just having a look at what I'm going to do when we get out of the zone. Basically, we're going to clip a bit of Farnborough airspace just underneath, we'll be underneath it, which is based at 2,000 feet, so we'll probably edge up to about 1,800, and then we'll actually change en route to Farnborough to go underneath their airspace at the 2,500 bit, so maybe 2,300, 400 feet, something like that, so we can get out a few of the bumps. Pretty stunning day. You can see I can't quite see the coast yet, but you can see the sort of last bit of height down before you get there.
Looking down that way to Barracks.
Ascot 1231, roger, the wind at London City is calm.
Copy,
This is Virginia Water just coming up on the left hand side of the aircraft. So the next turn is going to take us in a more southerly direction. GPS is saying 152, so with this wind I'll probably put about 158 or something on the heading.
Whiskey Hotel, you've entered the zone, radar control.
So looking for the next frequency will be Farnborough West, which is 10525. So get that primed and ready.
Controlled airspace, radar control.
Ready control, thank you, go Foxtrot Bravo Whiskey Hotel.
December 42 Lima Romeo, clear to leave the zone, none above altitude 1,500 feet.
Clear to leave, not above 1,500 feet, November 40 Lima Romeo. Again, nice little treat there, flight level change. Put the nose up for the aircraft a little bit. Put a little bit more power on, we don't need to go too mad. 85%, and the aircraft takes up to 1,500 feet. So what we're doing now, following the N25 to exit the zone. Got Fairbanks on the right side. The big giveaway for that is you've got Woking, which is you've got the big, the large sort of tower buildings just to the south of it. You've got McLaren. Is it McLaren? Yeah, it's McLaren, which is the large sort of UFO looking building just on the side of Fairbanks as well.
November 42 Lima Romeo, looking to transit Farnborough's controlled airspace or stay outside?
We'll stay outside, but we'll give them a call on the west frequency, 40 Lima Romeo.
You also got Brooklands Museum down here on the left hand side, which is I believe where Mercedes are.
3.430, thank you for the service vehicle. Foxtrot Bravo Whiskey Hotel, retaining squawk 7041.
Yeah.
That's us leaving the zone shortly. He will give us a basic service and we'll just change straight on into Farnborough 12525. We'll edge the aircraft up. I think we said 1,800 feet initially.
40 Lima Romeo, as you leave the zone, look out for traffic in your 12 o'clock, 3.5 miles, crossing left to right at 1,300 feet. You have a basic service.
Basic service copy, 40 Lima Romeo.
So leaving the zone there. I'll just get a bit more of a climb on as well. Not much for that traffic, but it is below.
Lima request change of view to Farnborough 12525.
40 Lima Romeo, frequency change approved. That traffic called now left 11 o'clock, 2 miles left to right, indicating 1,300 feet. Squawk conspicuity. Bye bye.
Conspicuity en route to Farnborough. Copy the traffic. 40 Lima Romeo. Good day.
H1010 confirm VFR. VFR Golf Yankee. Golf Yankee. Roger. Squawk 0461. 0461 Golf Kilo.
Golf Sierra Cherokee.
What I'll do, sync position heading.
VFR not above altitude 2,000 feet, initially hold north of M3 junction 4.
I can just cut the corner a little bit.
Above 2,000 feet, initially holding M3 junction 4 Golf Kilo.
Farnborough Radar, good morning, November 42 Lima Romeo, requesting a basic service.
November 42 Lima Romeo, Farnborough Radar, good morning, flash message.
November 42 Lima Romeo, DA42 from Wycombe to Leon Solent. We just exited Heathrow CTR to at Brooklands, 1,800 feet on 1210. One aboard, requesting a basic service.
November 2 Lima Romeo, Roger, basic service, QNH 1010, squawk 0433.
Basic service 1010, squawk 0433, November 42 Lima Romeo.
Do a right turn, give us a direct to.
Vertical track.
Farnborough Radar, Red Hill 99, request basic service.
Red Hill 99, Farnborough Radar, flash message.
Good morning, Red Hill 99, R22, 2PAB from Red Hill to Red Hill, just south of Epsom, requesting basic service.
Red Hill 99, Roger, basic service, QNH 1010, squawk 0434.
So we're going to remain outside of uncontrolled airspace, so 2,300, flight level change.
0434, basic service, thank you.
The aircraft did a little bit of a climb.
Farnborough Radar, good morning, 2 Charlie Lima Romeo, Kilo 2,000 feet, departing Farnborough.
2 Charlie Lima Romeo, Kilo, Farnborough Radar, good morning. Remain outside the Odium ATZ, what service you're requesting outside controlled airspace?
Next service, please, 2 Romeo, Kilo.
Sorry, just clip there, second service.
Request traffic service.
So we've got traffic on the nose, 200 feet above. 100 feet above now.
Farnborough Radar, good morning, Golf Alpha, Oscar Zulu Hotel, request basic service, over.
So it looks like he's going the opposite direction, but I'll just keep a good eye on him.
Golf Alpha, Oscar Zulu Hotel is Takeoff, just airborne from Frensham, bound for Frensham, routing via...
Have a quick look at the next frequency.
Tower and Chelsea Bill, then back to Frensham. Presently 3 miles west of Frensham, climbing through 1,400 feet on the QNH 1010. VFR, estimating, just request basic service, please.
Station caller, you were told to just stand by, please. 2 Romeo Kilo, you were told to remain outside the Odium ATZ. In 1 mile you'll be leaving controlled airspace traffic service.
Traffic service, 2 Romeo Kilo.
So at this altitude, not so much to affect us really. Sort of sit back and relax, we've done the busy part.
Romeo Kilo, resume navigation.
Navigation 2 Romeo Kilo. We were told to remain straight ahead 3 miles and then turn right, is that not correct?
2 Romeo Kilo ASAP, but also to remain outside the Odium ATZ, no problem.
Do our best, 2 Romeo Kilo, sorry about that.
So it looks like a low wing sort of GA aircraft. Looks like he's sort of following the motorway or something, and
2 Romeo Kilo, pop up traffic 12 o'clock.
we're quite happily overtaking on his right hand side, so all looks good.
Romeo Kilo, thanks for looking.
2 Romeo Kilo, there's no altitude restriction now, just remain outside controlled airspace.
2 Romeo Kilo.
What I might do actually, I'll put Solent on box 1 so at least we can monitor them and see pick up how busy they are.
Golf Kilo Yankee, we're going to do a left orbit in the current position.
Golf Delta Alpha, enter runway 23 Alpha 1, backtrack, report ready for departure. Golf Kilo Yankee, Roger, stand by.
So finally, put the max there when it's got an airbed pointing right at it.
11 o'clock. Same altitude, less than 1 mile.
So that's the chap on the left hand side. So
Yankee, resume navigation, clear to
got to go for a max there. We've got an airbed pointing right down to him, as you might not be able to see on the camera. And that seems to be keeping it cool, which is a bit of a bonus. No idea what the footage will look like.
2 Romeo Kilo, traffic 12 o'clock, 4 miles ahead, manoeuvring, no height information, possibly a glider.
So there's it's actually down to danger area. Not quite sure what the purpose of it is, but it's got surface to 1,800 feet, 1.8 or occasionally 2.3. So we're at 2,300 feet on the correct QNH. So the firebeat's going to fly over the top of it. Have a bit of nosing.
2 miles east of Alton. My route takes me to Spinnaker Tower, Chelsea Bill, then back to Frensham. I'm at 2,200 feet on the QNH of 1010. VFR, request basic service.
2 Zulu Hotel, Roger, basic service, QNH 1010, squawk 0435.
QNH 1010, basic service, Golf Zulu Hotel.
Farnborough Radar, good morning, this is Golf Alpha X-Ray Bravo Whiskey, Takeoff for basic.
Golf Alpha X-Ray Bravo Whiskey, Farnborough Radar, partial message.
Golf Alpha X-Ray Bravo Whiskey, Takeoff Adam.
So the danger area here, they were just about to go over at 2,300 feet. Looks to be this open area on the right, which I suspect will probably, being in danger area, be some sort of military shooting ground. I can actually see some rifle ranges down there. Whether they got any other type of shooting, whether it's tanks or anything, I'm not entirely sure. Obviously, you don't want aircraft getting too low over it.
0435.
Say again?
Golf Bravo Whiskey Basic Service, QNH 1010, squawk 0435.
So landing at 08. And the time now is 1100. So yeah.
Golf Bravo Whiskey, OD max penetration approved, remain outside the 8.
10 minutes to go, so we need to think about getting busy shortly. Do it right down the takeoff time, so have a look at trip planning.
Golf Oscar Sierra Roger, squawk on security, bye.
Goodbye, many thanks. Golf Zulu Hotel, could you say again my squawk, please?
So yeah, 10:40, which makes sense, so 10 minutes after start.
0435, Zulu Hotel, thank you.
2 Romeo Kilo, traffic left 9 o'clock, 4 miles manoeuvring, indicating 1,800 feet.
So last attempt to checking the map, so basically having a look down. There's no airspace that's really going to affect us. 3,000 for Solent, we won't bother speaking to them though because we're going to be too busy with Leon Solent. So we just think about making a slow, gradual descent to Leon Solent, probably be a Wycombe, which is their VRP at about 1,200, 1,100 feet, something to get us 1,000 feet to join the circuit. November 40 Lima Romeo, cross change en route to Solent, 118925.
November 2 Lima Romeo, Roger, squawk on security, bye.
Full security, good day, November 40 Lima Romeo.
T2 audio operating there.
Please taxi Southside Grass, traffic inside Student Helicopter, Golf Bravo Lima.
Golf Whiskey Oscar, you probably heard your playmates just lifting from the parking area to enter the Southside Grass also.
That's Golf Whiskey Oscar.
Golf Delta Alpha, ready for departure.
Golf Delta Alpha, Roger, runway 23, take up your discussion.
So the easy 2-3, which actually might make it a little bit easier for us. Going on the right base. Solent Information, good morning, November 42 Lima Romeo, 15 miles north, requesting information for a join.
Number 42 Lima Romeo, Lee information, readability 5. And Roman use at Lee is 23 with the right hand circuit, QNH 1010, KFE 1009er.
Okay, 23 right, 101, 0 for the QNH, and we'll join right base 23, 42 Lima Romeo.
42 Lima Romeo, Roger, report right base, runway 23, traffic Spitfire and departing runway 23 to the south.
Copy. So 2-3, so a different runway than we expected. Not too much of an issue. It sounds like they've got one bit of traffic which is spit, which is quite cool. Big Boultbee, they got the TC to Spitfire, and you can pay horrific amounts of money, but it's a once in a lifetime experience. You can sit at the back of it and go for, well, they normally do 10-minute flights, but if you're rich, you can get a long one. That keeps us going quite nicely, and that bong is for 1,000 feet to go. So thinking about landing light comes on, fuel pumps 1, fuel pumps 2 go on, flaps with any anything with, parking brake is off, alternate air is closed, cross speed to normal, we're not transferring fuel. So basically, it's really just gear and flaps we need to worry about. So we're mainly at 1,200 feet, and we've got the airport actually in our left at about 10:30. Just out to the right, we've actually got Southampton with the big port there. A little bit of a gap where everyone squeezes through, so keeping a good eye out of the window. I'll think about putting the gear and the approach flaps down on base. So I think the giveaway for this this airport here is you've got a solar farm just to the north of it, so you plan to sort of fly just over the southern tip of that. That will keep you quite clear of Fleetlands and clear all around. All looking good inside. So I'll start a left turn there. I could drop the gear and the speed's good, so I'll put the flap down. Gives a little bit of power. 42 Lima Romeo joining right base 23.
Number 2 Lima Romeo, roger, there's no point of second traffic to effect. The QFE 1009, report final runway 23.
Okay, 1009, 42 Lima Romeo. Gears down with 3, we've got approach flap, just landing flap to come. I'll start to bring the speed back now. So we've still got the landing flaps to use, so if we need to bleed off any high, we've still got that in our back pocket. Cleared around, turning us final. 40 Lima Romeo final, 2-3.
Number 2 Lima Romeo, roger, runway 23, landing discretion, surface wind 250 degrees 6 knots.
Landing 2-3, 40 Lima Romeo. So landing flaps gone on, and runway's clear, we've got his approval to land. Nice long runway, so we can afford to flare a little bit. So I could probably think about chopping a power there. Just do a nice slow round out, not too much of a crosswind. Again, we're down. So taxi goes on, fuel pumps goes off, landing flaps come up. Everything else looks normal. I'll taxi right to the end and see where he wants us to park.
Number 2 Romeo, welcome to Lee. Taxi to the very end, vacate left down, Alpha taxiway for parking.
To the very end, left Alpha for parking for Lima Romeo. That's landing time at 11:10. So not the first taxiway, otherwise you'll say hello to the Coast Guard. Where's the best spot to park?
Number 2 Romeo, I have some hard standing available at the base of the tower. I'd just like to park nearest to the vehicles, just so we've got enough space for the Spitfire when it returns. It usually parks up on the western edge of the dispersal there near the viewing area. So if you come the other side, that'd be great.
Okay, copy. I'll get as close to the fuel bounce as possible.
Cheers.
There you go, priority parking.
Takeoff, Whiskey Oscar, shutdown complete.
Copy, short, roger, cheers.
There you go, all looks good there. Parking brake goes on, taxi light can go off. And we've got a 1 minute cooldown starting at 12-20 seconds. There you go, short flight. Hey, enjoyed that one. Bit of fun, bit manic.